revealing my unfaithful wife's betrayal to our entire family at her 50th birthday bash. So, I've got something I need to unload. Found out my wife let S call her Lisa had been sneaking around having an affair. And let me tell you, the emotions that hit me were like a whirlwind, spinning out of control, pushing me to make a decision that altered the course of our lives forever. It all kicked off when I stumbled upon some incriminating stuff on Lisa's phone. We are talking texts, explicit photos, and videos exchanged with another guy. It felt like a sucker punch straight to the gut. All the trust we built over the years, gone. Just like that. Crushed in an instant. Anger, hurt, betrayal, every possible emotion flooding in all at once. I couldn't just sit on this. I couldn't let her get away with it. I needed Lisa to feel the pain she'd inflicted on me, on our family. And what better opportunity than her 50th birthday bash? A gathering of all our friends and family. Yeah, I know, it sounds extreme, but I was riding a wave of anger and desperation. In the days leading up to the party, I meticulously crafted a PowerPoint presentation. Not your usual office stuff, this one was designed to blow the lid off Lisa's affair. But as I worked on it, I started to rethink my approach. Maybe I shouldn't just hit them with the dirty laundry. Maybe I should remind everyone of the good times, the beautiful moments we shared over the years. So, at the party, I stood up, took a deep breath, and started my speech. I talked about how Lisa and I first met, our wedding day, the birth of our daughter, all those countless happy memories. I wanted everyone to remember the love that was once there. But then, just when the room was warm with nostalgia, I hit them with the PowerPoint. The screen changed, and suddenly the dirty truth was out there for everyone to see. The conversations between Lisa and her lover all laid bare. The shock on their faces was something I'll never forget. And just when you thought it couldn't get any more intense, I had one more surprise. I swapped out Lisa's original birthday cake for one that had explicit images of her and her lover on it. As the cake was brought out, I encouraged everyone to sing happy birthday to Lisa, who by now was completely distraught. It was a moment no one saw coming, and it hit like a freight train. To seal the deal, I handed Lisa divorce papers right there in front of everyone. The room fell silent, and tears streamed down her face. It was devastating for her, but I felt, well, I don't even know what I felt at that moment. After the dust settled, Lisa's family, her parents included, blasted me for what I'd done. They said I'd gone too far, that I'd humiliated her in public, and it was just cruel. But to my relief, my own family, including our daughter, stood by me. They got it. They understood the hell I'd been through and thought my actions were justified, even if they were extreme. Looking back, I do wonder if there was a better way to handle it. Maybe counseling, maybe a private conversation, something less explosive. But in that moment, I was driven to expose the truth in the most dramatic way possible. I'm not sharing this to encourage anyone to do what I did. No, this is more of a cautionary tale. Infidelity messes with your head, makes you do things you never thought you would. It's important to seek support, talk things through, and think long and hard about the consequences before making any decisions that could blow up your life and the lives of those around you. Edit. Okay, let me clarify a few things I didn't mention before. My ex-wife, Lisa, didn't fight the divorce. She owned up to the affair and surprisingly said my demanding work schedule pushed her into the arms of another man. She said this guy made her feel young, desirable, filled a void she believed I couldn't heal, and my daughter, man, she knew something was off but didn't know what. Lisa manipulated the situation, fed her lies to keep the secret under wraps. It tears me apart knowing my daughter had to deal with that kind of confusion and emotional turmoil. And that affair partner? Turns out he used to work for me before the pandemic. I had to let him go because of financial issues, never imagining he'd weasel his way back into my life, this time to destroy my marriage. After the birthday party debacle, my former in-laws threatened to take legal action, thinking I'd gone way over the line. But Lisa talked them down, admitting she deserved the fallout from her actions. At least she took responsibility for that. Since the divorce, Lisa's been filled with regret. She has finally realized just how much damage she caused, not just to me but to our whole family. While I appreciate the apology, the trust we once had is gone. shattered beyond repair. On a personal note, I've been trying to embrace single life, rediscover who I am outside of a broken marriage. It's been tough, and I've had some pretty dark thoughts. But my love for my daughter keeps me grounded, gives me a reason to push through. I could never put her through the pain of losing a parent. And to anyone out there doubting my story, thinking it's all fake or exaggerated, here's my response: kiss my ass. This is my life, my pain, my journey. I am sharing it to find support and connect with others who might be going through something similar. If you don't believe it, that S on you, but don't to diminish what I have been through. Life throws some brutal punches, but it's our resilience and the support of others that help us make it through the darkest moments. Now on to the next story. Story 2. My IT pro friend shamed his cheating wife in front of hundreds of people. Now the entire city knows she is a whore. This all went down before smartphones were everywhere, back when life was a little less connected. So I had this buddy, let S call him Bob. Bob was always a bit suspicious of his wife S's social circle, especially after one of her closest friends got caught cheating and tried to drag Bob S' wife down with her. Bob didn't have any solid proof at the time, so things cooled off for a bit. Now, Bob wasn't just your average guy, he was an IT wizard, really knew his way around computers and networks. Fast forward nearly a year, and Bob starts noticing his wife acting shady again, especially after she went to her high school reunion. He confided in me, and we tossed around a few ideas, one of which was him jokingly mentioning a keylogger, but eventually, Bob just asked me to drop it. And more importantly, don't tell anyone, not even your wife. A couple of months roll by, and one early morning around 5:36:00, I am getting ready for work when I get a Facebook Messenger notification. It has a link from Bob, but sent in a group chat. This chat included literally everyone we knew, her family, his family, our friends, strangers, you name it. It looked like a phishing link at first, so I didn't open it, even though it was from Bob, who's usually super careful about these things. Not long after, I get an email from Bob with some ominous, unsavory comments and the same link. This time, it as a group email with all the recipients openly copied his wife S' work, her family, her friends, his family, and even people I didn't recognize. That is when I knew it was legit, so I clicked on it. The link took me to a hastily thrown together website packed with pictures and videos of his wife with another man. This wasn't some hidden camera footage, either it was screenshots, even video screen captures. Weeks and weeks of them. Bob had added snarky captions and colorful names for his wife and her lover. It was an overwhelming amount of evidence. Videos of her masturbating with her lover, chat logs where they couldn't wait to hook up again, solo masturbation videos of both her and him, tons of pictures. And the kicker? She was trash-talking Bob to her lover, making comments about how much bigger and better he was. The way she stroked her lover's ego was particularly gut-wrenching. I dropped everything and called Bob. He was drunk, combative, had been up all night making that website while drowning himself in booze. He had nothing good to say about women at that point. He was a mess. But after some work, I managed to convince him to take the site down before it did irreparable damage to his marriage, their careers, and their kids. As he is sobbing and logging in to remove the site, I hear loud yelling in the background as his wife bursts into the room. A screaming match breaks out, and there is nothing I can do to reel him back in. Apparently her mom or sister saw the page, blew up her phone until she woke up, and then she saw it herself and went on the offensive. The call drops after about 30 seconds of her screaming while Bob S. calling her every name in the book. After that, I couldn't get in touch with him again. The site stayed up the rest of the day, and Bob even put a view counter on it. Hundreds of people ended up watching her masturbate with a married former classmate. Bob had done his homework, though. He'd installed a keylogger that recorded everything on the screen. Whenever he was out, she'd log into the PC and Facebook to play around with her boyfriend. Bob tracked down her lover, his family, his wife, her family, his job, the whole shebang. All these people were added to the Facebook and email groups. I don't know what happened to her lover or his marriage, but I know what became of Bob's life. His wife was desperate to fix things, offering him anything to make amends. But in the end, it was her comments about her lover's prowess that did her in. Bob tried to take her back, even after all their friends and family had seen her naked and cheating, but he just couldn't get past those comments about his manhood. Bob eventually left her, packed on about 100 pounds, and then moved as far away as possible, becoming a shell of the person he once was. I've lost touch with him. He went scorched earth on most of his friendships and family ties. As for her, she has let herself go, and now looks like a bowling ball with legs. The line forms at the rear. A former friend set a trap for his cheating wife, then shared all the dirty evidence with her friends, family, employer, and the boyfriend's wife, family, and employer. Lives were shattered.